Hey y'all, this is Dave from the Gaming Cave, and we're doing playtest for Aces of Valor, and we're going to do a replay of the last video, the first one I did on this game. It turns out that Don Herndon, the game designer that I'm working with, watched my playthrough and pointed out several things that I did wrong or misinterpreted from the rules. So what I wanted, because I really messed it up, I'm going to play that whole mission over, but I'm going to keep the same mission because it's a ground attack, a strafing, and if I get there without losing my planes or something weird happening with the dice rolls, because I'm not going to use the exact same dice rolls I had before, I'm going to recreate. But the problem is I want to see if I have the same things happen when I get over here for the trench strafing. So we're going to do the trench strafing again. And this time I'm going to do it the right way. I'll point out where I was doing things wrong and try to make sure that we correct that. It's important to me that, you know, when I'm playtesting, I'm really learning the game and learning the rules. And if I do something wrong, I want to come back, and if it's just a minor thing or one thing, I can just talk about it, before I play the next mission. But in this case, there were several things that I did wrong. So I just want to correct that. And let's play this mission again and see how it turns out. Do it the right way. Actually, the way I was playing was making it harder on myself. And so I hope to have a much better result in the long run over this campaign. This is a medium campaign, so it's going to be 12 turns. And my pilots, again, is Frank, August, Fred, Orrin, James, Francis, Eugene, and Chester. So that's the group of pilots I have. We're ready to start. I reset everything to 0. My mission's ready to go. That's my mission. I need to roll for weather. So we're going to roll for the weather. And the weather is a 2, which makes it clear. So we won't have any cloud effect on us. And now my objective is in sector C through E. So this is the first thing I messed up. There are markers in here for objectives. I need to spread this out a little bit. And so I need to put these on the map here as reminders of where the targets are. So C, D, and E. So that's where the target is. And we don't know what they are yet. We won't know till we get there. We don't know how many are there. We don't know what type they are. So that's the first thing I did wrong. So I corrected that. My mission, my airfield was already drawn down here. I need to pick 4 fighters. It's a strafing. So just like I did before, I'm going to take Frank and August, Francis, and then Orrin. That's my flight of 4. So I give 4. Oops. 4 fighters. Okay? So really we're ready to start now. It's turn 1, and we're ready to take off. So we move. There's no enemy flak at this point. We're still behind our lines, but we do have to roll 2d6, and we're checking for a flight event check. Okay, so we roll 2d6, and we get 9. And in the friendly rear, 2 to 10 is no event, so 11 to 12 would be an event. So no event. Our turn marker moves to number 2, so we're off to a good start. We move. We roll for an event. 5, no event. Turn 3. We move. We roll 2d6. 3, no event. Turn 4. We move. We roll for an event. 6, no event. Turn 5, we move, roll for the event, 5, no event. Turn 6. Now we're going to move over the trenches. So we're over the trenches. The event numbers now become 2 to 8, no event, 9 to 12, an event. And we roll a 7, no event. It's great. Okay. Turn 7. Now we move into the target sector. So we now have the objective. First thing we have to do is now there can be enemy flak. So let me show you this real quick. These are the player aids that I'm using. So this was all for the setup. So right now we have the flight check that we've been doing. And then we have anti-aircraft ground fire. So if we're over friendly trenches, there won't be any. But when we get over the enemy trenches, we have to roll for flak intensity. So as you can see, 1 to 3 is none, and then 4 is light, 5 moderate, 6 heavy. And that tells us how many dice we'll have to roll and then check for damage. Okay. Back to the game. All right, so now we roll for flak, and it's a 1, no flak, so that's good. Now we roll 2d6 to see if there's an event. And we roll a 10, so we have an event. Okay, so here we go to the event. So this is the event outcome here. We're over the trenches. A 2 will be a weather changer, engine trouble. 3 to 5 is an enemy raid. A 6 to 7 enemy fighters. 8 to 10 ground fire. Because we're over the ground targets, that's what we're going after. If we roll a 10, 11 to 12, we ignore this roll because we already have random ground targets that we're going to be coming after. Okay, so we're going to roll 2d6. And the event is 8. 8 is ground fire. So we roll 1d6, a 1 to 4 is light, which is 1 die, a 5 to 6 is moderate, and it fires at all 4 aircraft. So we roll 1d6, and we get a 6. So we get moderate fire, 2 anti-aircraft dice. So the way we're doing this is we got to roll 4 times. We're going to roll right down 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. 6s are hits. So we roll 2d6, 4, 4, that's a miss, first plane. Second plane, 6, 5. They took a hit, they have a hit, which could be possible damage. So now we have to roll for flak damage. This is against August. Okay. So aircraft damage, we roll 1d6, and we see if it gets a hit. It's a 3, and his airplane structural rating's a 5, so that's 3, so no hit. So no damage, let me put it that way. Okay, now we roll for the third plane. 3, 1, miss, and for the fourth plane, 5, 2, miss. Okay, so that gets us past the event. It is now time to find out what kind of targets we have here in this objective. So for that, we roll a D3, which I don't have, so we take the D6 and divide it by 2, round up. Okay, so this is going to tell us how many targets there are. And it's 4, so there's 2 targets in this section right here. Now we have to roll to see what those targets are. And to do that, find the player aid here, and I'll bring it up here for us. To do that is right here on a random ground target. So we're in the enemy trenches, so these are the numbers we're going to roll. So we roll these numbers, and we'll see what we get. And we can roll twice, of course, we get 2 targets. Okay. So this is where I was messing up last time. I didn't do this. I'm stretching this out a little bit. This gives us better visibility of everything. Okay, so ground targets. So we have to roll. So here comes. 2d6 for the first target is 8. This is entrenched infantry. So we go to ground targets. And we need entrenched infantry. There. It has an initiative of 3. So that's where he goes, down here, initiative of 3. Now we roll for our second target. It's an 8. It's also entrenched infantry. So we have 2 entrenched infantry targets. All right. They both have anti-air of 2, and it takes 3 hits on this side to cause enough to damage the target. All right. So now we have to roll initiative for our planes. So we roll 1d6 and we add the air skill. So in the first mission, I was using the ground skill at this point. But what we really use is the air skill for your initiative. So that's your pilot skill. And then when we make our attack, that's when we use our ground skill. So we roll 1d6, that's a 1. Plus 8's a 9, plus 2 makes that 11. So he goes to 11. Okay, the next one is a 6. And a 6 on 8 is a 14. That's his skill, 14. The next guy is a 5. And 8 is 13, and 2 makes 15. And the last one is a 2. On 8 is a 10. So this is the order of combat. We'll start with Francis, then August, then Frank, and then Orrin. We have 2 targets down here that we can attack. Okay. So, first attack is by Francis. He's doing a strafing attack, so he's picking this target. So they're going to fire anti-aircraft fire at him. He gets 2d6, and they need 6 to hit him. So they roll a 1 and a 3, so they don't, no hits. So Francis is making his attack. On his strafing run, he is 15 minus 3 is 12. So he has a difference of 12, and he gets to add his ground skill, which is plus 2, which makes it 14. It's still in the same range, so he gets 3 attack dice. So he gets 3 attack dice to score hits. 4s are I take that back. I'm going to make sure I do this right, because this is where I messed up before. The initiative difference is 15 minus 3, which is 12. That's 3 dice. I get to compare to forward firing gun rating to determine hits after / That's where I add my die roll modifier of 2. So when I'm rolling for my hits, I get to add 2. Okay? So he needs a 4 for 1 hit, 4 or 5 for 1 hit, a 6 for 2 hits. If you roll a 1, an unmodified 1, it's an automatic miss. Okay. So he gets 3 dice, 3d6 to score hits down here. We roll 3, 3, and a 1. That one's the miss. Add 2 makes it 5 and 5. He scores 2 hits on the entrenched infantry. We go to our markers. We got hits. We put the hits on this guy right here. Increase that to 2. And Francis is done. Okay. August is attacking. He's at 14 to 3 is an 11. That's still 3 dice. So he gets 3d6, and he's a +1 on his die rolls for his ground skill. So he gets 3d6, and he rolls 2, 5, and 5 +1. 3's a miss. That becomes 6 and 6, which is 4 hits. Okay, the first hit brings this to 3, which now damages this target. So we flip it over. And now we need an additional 6 hits to eliminate this target. That's a total of 9 altogether. So I used 1 of my 4 hits. So I still have 3 more hits to apply. So now we're at 3 against the 6 that we need. Okay. And that's August. Whew. These guys are tough, let me tell you. All right. If I can eliminate this, I get 3 MPs for it. You only get 2 if it's damaged. So here comes Frank. Let's see. Frank is going to attack the other unit. So he has 2d6 for his anti-aircraft fire. He rolls a 1 and 2. It's a miss. So now Frank is attacking. It's 11 to 3 is an 8. That's a difference. So he gets 2d6, and he gets to add 1 to his die roll for his ground attack skills. 2d6 plus 1. A 6 and a 2, so he gets 2 hits. We put 2 hits on him. Right here. Make that one 2 hits. Frank's done. Okay. Orange coming in. He's a 10 to a 3. He's a 7. He gets 2d6. They're going to fire at him first. He's going to attack this target also. He gets 2d6. He gets a 1 and a 4. No effect. He comes in. He's no modifier. So he gets 2d6 because his difference here is 7. So he gets 2d6. He needs 4 or higher. A 1 is a miss and a 4 is a hit. He hits him 1 time. So that makes that a 3, which damaged this target. So now we flip it to damaged. And now we don't have any. We got to score 6 more hits to get rid of that. And that's the end of that one. Okay. We go to round 2. We got to roll for initiative again. So we do d6. And you know what? I'm looking at these guys and seeing there's a mistake I made. Their initiative went from 3 to 4. So they come up. He hits with him. He comes up. His initiative's now 4. So they're a little harder to hit because there's not as many of them probably. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're going to roll for initiative. I think I did, but I'm not going to take a chance, so I'm going to roll for initiative. A 3 and 8's 11 plus 1 is 12. All right. A 4 plus 8's 12 plus 1 is 13. Nope. Plus 0 is 12. 4 plus 8 is 12 plus 2 is 14. And a 2 plus 8 is 10. Okay. Now, both these guys only have 1 for their defensive role. Frank is attacking here. So they're going to fire anti-aircraft fire at him. It's a 1. He missed. Okay, Frank's firing. He's 14 to 4. That's a 10. So that's 2d6. He gets to add 1 to his die rolls. 2d6. 5 and a 3 makes that a 6 and a 4, which is 3 hits. And 3 hits is 6. He destroyed that target. So Frank did his job. He eliminated that target, and it goes destroyed. All right. It's one target down. Okay. August is coming in. Again, it's 1d6, 2, no effect. 12 to 4 is 8. He gets 2d6, and he gets a +1. A 4 and a 2 makes it 5 and a 3. He gets one hit. We put one hit right here. All right, that's it for August. Okay, we have Francis coming in. They fire at him, 2, nothing. He's a 12 to 4 is an 8. That's 2d6, and he's a +2. 2d6. Ah, there we go. 5 and a 5 makes 7 and 7. That's 4 hits. So this goes to 5 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. He almost got it. Well, we just need one hit coming from Oren here. Hopefully he'll get it. He's a 10 to 4. That's 6. Thank goodness. That's 2 dice. He gets no modifiers. They fire at him. It's a 1. They miss. He rolls his 2 dice. It's a 1 is a miss, and a 5 is one hit, and that's all we needed. He got it. Delete. Oren comes down. This one's destroyed. Okay. This objective is now complete. It now becomes turn number 8. We haven't suffered any damage on any of these guys. So they're going to move. We got to roll for area flak. It's a 6. So it's heavy. So it's 3d6. So they're going to roll 3d6 against each one of these planes. They need 6s cause damage. Okay, we'll just go right down the line here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3d6. Oh, 2 hits. So the way this works, and this is where I was messing up before, the first hit's no modifier, but +1 hit for each hit on the die roll. So this time, this is Frank, we roll a d6 and it's +1 to the die roll. Oh, 7 on a 5 is 2 greater. He's now damaged. Okay, bad luck. Bad luck. Okay. 3d6 from August. For August. We roll. 5, 4, 5. No damage, no hits. Francis is up. 3d6. 6, 2, 2. One hit. We roll 1d6. It's a 4, no damage. And now for Oren, 3d6, 3, 5, 3, no damage. All right. Now we got to roll to see if there's an event. A 3, no event. So nobody's coming to bother us. No other fighters so far. All right. So here we go. I got to roll 1d3 and determine how many targets are down here. 6. There's 3 this time. And now we roll to see what these targets are. Roll 2d6. Here we go. It's a 4. And a 4 is advancing infantry. Ground targets. So we have advancing infantry. And they have an initiative of 1. Oops. Initiative of 1. The next target is 8, which is good old entrenched infantry. And they have an initiative of 3. And the third one is 5, and another advancing infantry. Oh, that's interesting. Got 2 of those guys this time. Okay. Now we have to roll for our initiative. So we roll 1d6. 5, 6 is 11, and 2 is 13. Okay. Next, rolls a 6. That's good for August. 14. A 3. 8 is 11. 1 is 12. And then a 3. 8 is 11. Okay. So I can choose my targets. So August, really the advancing infantry is the one I'd like to go after, I think. So it gives him 13 on his difference down to this target. So 13, and you know what? We're just gonna, I think, I'm pretty sure, before I do this, I just want to double check. Gonna go to the rules right here. We're gonna scroll down here to combat phase, combat rounds, combat event, aircraft combat actions, ground target events. If we determine the target, we roll the number of dice to see who gets shot at, make a damage roll, determine type of weapon. For strafing attacks, we roll on table C11. Yes. It is possible, here we go, ground target selection. It's possible in some missions to have multiple enemy ground targets in the same combat. In these cases, the player chooses which ground target is attacked by each aircraft. So, it's my choice in this case. Man. You know what? If I send August down here, though, he's got the best chance of hitting these guys. 14 to 3 is an 11. He gets 3 dice. It's as good as what he's going to get over there. So I think that's what we'll do. They get 2d6 to roll against him for anti-air. 5 and a 2, they miss. Okay, he's coming in at 11. That's 3d6. And he gets a +1 to his dice. 5, 5, and 4 makes that 6, 6, and 5. That's 2, 4, 5 hits. All right, this is great. He literally tore them up. 5 hits. First 3 cause this to go damaged and changes their initiative to 4. The next 2 hits get applied. Need a marker, hit. Right here. And he's already 2 hits against it. Okay. All right, Frank's damaged. I'm taking a chance here. I'm going to send him after this same target because now they only have 1d6. So I'm really taking a chance because his plane's damaged. Or I can break off. Boy, it's risky. If I break off, then he's done with the combat. If I take a hit and they hit him, he's going to go down. This is where you have to make a decision. I'm taking a chance and he's attacking. Well, we're going to see what happens. He's coming here. They get 1d6 to fire at him. A 4. They didn't hit him. All right. Here he comes. 13 to 4. That's 9. That's 2d6. And he's a +1 on each on his rolls. 2 and a 2 makes 3 and a 3. So he does not cause any damage. Unfortunate. Okay. Here comes Francis. Francis is attacking this infantry here. 12 to 1 is 11. That gives him 3 d6. And he's a +2 on his die rolls. They're firing at him with 2d6. They fire. Oh, 2 hits. So, they were accurate. Oh, man. Okay. So they're going to roll 1d6 +1 to the die roll. A 5 +1's a 6. Francis is now damaged. Okay, it's +1. Dang. Not really what I wanted, but it's what happened. Okay. So we get 3d6 +2 to our die rolls. Here we go. 3d6. 6, 5, and 2. +2 makes that 8, 7, and 4. 2, 4, 5 hits on this one. This guy's damaged, and he gets, just like the other guy, he gets 2 hits put on him up here. 2 hits. And now he's damaged. Okay, here comes Oren. Oren's going after this guy. Makes him a 7. He gets 2d6. They got 1d6 to fire at him. And this one moves up 1 for initiative because he's damaged. Okay. 11 to 4 is a 7. He's going to get 2d6. They have 1. They're firing at him. They roll a 4. They missed. Okay. He's coming in. No modifier. 2d6. Fires 5 and a 6. That's 3 hits. Wow. So close. Puts him at 5 now. 1, 2, 3. And this should have been at round 1. I forgot to reset it. Okay, so I have 5 hits. We go to combat round 2. Got to roll for initiative. Here we go. A 5, 8, 13. He's at 13. Next one. A 1, 7, +2 is a 9. 4, 10, 11. 6, 14. Ooh, Oren's up there. It's got 14 on there. Okay, Oren. He could attack there, or he could attack here. 13 to 2, 15. 14 to 2 is 16. He gets 4 dice for that. And he has no modifiers. That's his best chance, and that's where we're sending him. All right. So Oren's attacking here. And I'm sorry, my mind's thinking. That's all. I just want to, again, I want to check a rule. Just trying to make sure I don't mess this stuff up. But when we're in combat like this, and we do our rounds, we do not have to, we just go from round to round. We don't have to check for any fighters. It's when we move to the next square that we have to check. Right. Okay. All right. So Oren's attacking. They have 1d6. They fire the anti-crab fire. 2, no effect. He's a 14 to 2. What was I thinking? It wasn't I was adding and not subtracting. So 14 to 2 is 3 dice. That's 12. That's okay. This is where I said I was going. That's where he's going. 3d6. No modifiers. 1, 1, and 3. He misses everything. Oh, brother. Not what I wanted. Okay. 13 to 2 is an 11. He'll get 3 dice. He's attacking right here. This is August. They fire at him with 1d6. It's a 6. Possible damage. Okay, roll again. It's a 3, no damage. Thank goodness. We attack. 13 minus 2 is 11. 3 dice. And we are +1. 3, 6, 2. So that's 4, 7, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3 hits. August scores 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. So we're really close here. Francis is coming in. Frank's going to be coming in. Francis is coming in right here against the same target. They're going to roll 1d6, see if they hit him. It's a 1, they missed. He attacks, 11 to 2 is a 9, that's 2d6. So we're going to roll 2d6. And we get to add 2. 5 and a 1, so 6. And the other one's a miss. That's 2 hits. That gives him 6, which destroyed that target. So Francis did his job. And that infantry is gone. Frank's coming in. He's attacking. He needs 1 hit, and this is where he's coming. They fire at him with 1d6. A 6. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's bad news. Okay, see what it is. It's a 4. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, mercy. Okay, so no, they didn't shoot him down. No damage. 9 to 4 is a 5. I get 1d6, and he gets a +1 on this 1d6. He needs a 5 for the hit. He rolls. It's a 6. He got the kill. Delete. Drop this over. Got it. Okay. I can stay and try to get this one. If I do, it costs me a fuel point. Let's see. I have to roll for initiative, and then I have to decide if I break off or not. We're going to do this. It's going to go to combat round 3. This reduces our total length because it consumes our fuel. And now we roll our initiatives. 6. That's 14 for Orrin. Next one. A 1. 9. So that's a 9. A 4. 10. 11. And a 2. 8. 10. Okay. This is the last round on this target. We're going to see if we can get him. Okay, he's firing at Orrin with 2d6. A 1 and a 3, no effect. Orrin's a 14, -1's a 13. He gets 3d6 and no modifiers. 3d6, 2, 6, 2. So he scores 2 hits. Two hits. Orrin's finished. Okay. Francis is coming in. He didn't get damaged enough. He's coming in. They fire 2d6 at him, a 1 and a 5. He makes it. Okay. 11 to 1 is 10. It's 2d6 plus 2. 3 and a 2. 5 and 4. It's 2 more hits. Okay. 1 hit makes him damaged. And then this carries over as 1 hit. Francis gets out of there. This initiative moves up to 2. All right. Frank's coming in. 10 to 2 is 8. He gets 2d6. They're firing at him with 1d6. It's a 1, no damage. He comes in. 2d6 plus 1. 1 and a 3, so that's a 4. He misses. And finally, August is coming in. They fire at him. A 5, no damage, no hits. He comes in. 9 to 2 is 7. He gets 2d6 plus 1. A 5 and a 2, so it's 6 and a 3. Gets 2 hits. 1, 2. Wasn't enough to eliminate the target. Okay. Oops. Move up here. Get rid of this. Delete it. This round's over. This target comes up here as a damaged target. So I leave it there as a marker that it's damaged. Okay. And now I have to make my decision. And I can tell you that I am going home. Um, I got 2 guys damaged, and I don't want to get anybody else shot up here. Okay. So we move the turn marker to number 9. And now, before we move, we have to determine the status of our damaged aircraft. So there's a table for that, of course. And it is damaged aircraft result. So here, a 1 to 2, we have trouble, and then we roll on table F2 to find out what the trouble is. 3 to 6, no effect, and we can keep flying. So that's what we want. We want no effect. Okay, so here we go. I'll put these guys back up here in their current flight box. Okay, first guy we roll for is Frank. So we roll 1d6. It's a 3. No effect. He's okay. Next guy we roll for is Francis. 1d6. It's a 1. He has trouble. Now we roll 2d6. We get to add his air skill. So it's plus 1. 2d6 plus 1. 3 makes it a 4. Oh, man, that's bad. That is bad. Forced landing, and he's in the enemy trenches. Okay, I get to add. Okay, let me show you this one. Forced landing, non-airfield. And we're in the enemy trenches. A 3 or less, and his aircraft and crew is lost. Okay, so we get to add our air skill, and we have to subtract because it is damaged. So we know it's -1. I got to check his air skill. And then there's no clouds to worry about and no woods. So right now we're at -1. And his air skill is +1. So it's even up. So we need 4 better for something good to happen. So roll 2d6, and we get a 5. Okay, pilot made it back to base, -1 MP, and he goes into the recovery box. So Francis goes into recovery. I'll flip his plane back over. We lose an MP. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there so I don't forget to do that. Okay. Now we can move. Okay. So we move. There's no flak. Roll for an event. It's a 9. We're over the trenches. There's an event. Of course there is. It's my luck. 2d6 on the event is a 6. We're over the trenches. Enemy fighters. Okay. Give you a quick look at this one too. All right. Oops, wrong way. We rolled the event, 6. Enemy fighters over the trenches. We roll 1d6, and then we go to our air combat sequence. 1d6 is going to tell us how many fighters there are. All right. So 1d6, it's a 3. So there's going to be 3 fighters. All right. Next thing we have to do is start determining what planes they are. So again, we come down to the player aid. We know they're German. So we roll here. We're tier 3s. So we're going to roll here. A 1, 2, 3, there'll be a tier 2. And a 4, 5, 6, there'll be a tier 3. All right. So that's what we're getting ready to do. So we got roll here for which tier they are. Hey, it's a 1. They're tier 2. So we go to German aircraft. We need DR1s. That's the tier 2 plane. And we need 3 of them. Okay. We're going to drag them down here. Just put them right here. We'll unstack them. So we have Oswald. Oh boy. We have Bruno. And we have Leopold. Okay. That's what we're up against. Now we have to do a detection check. All right. So again, let me show you. On this table, we do a detection check. So we roll 2d6. We're going to take their best friendly air skill modifier. There's no two-seaters against our best. That's be our modifier. And then we roll the 2d6. And we see what it's going to tell us, what's going to happen here with the detection check. Okay? All right. So let's hope for something that we can either get the jump on these guys or get away from them. So their best guy is a +2. And our best air skill guy is Frank, and he's a +2. So that even up. Okay. Thank goodness. So now we roll 2d6 and we check the detection check. It's a 7. No advantage. Air combat occurs. Okay. So for the aircraft, here we go. Going to roll for the German initiatives. We'll go first, second, and third. 3, 7's 10, plus 1's at 11. Next one. 2 plus 7's a 9. That's where he's at. And the third one is a 3 plus 7's a 10 plus 2 is 12. Now come my guys. 3 plus 6 is 9 plus 2 is 11. 4 plus 8 is 12. Come on, I need a big one. 4 plus 8 is 12. Okay. So, as part of the rules, if you're the same initiative, you can't attack. You have to attack the next guy lower. Okay? So, that means that Oswald, these two guys and Oswald are not going to get attacked by anybody because they're swirling around and nobody can get them. All right. So, we go by initiative and they go after the next lowest plane. Because the Germans don't have any damage, they have to attack. So we'll go ahead and start with August. He's coming after Leopold. Okay. Well, you know what? Initiative priority, table C6. That's what we're supposed to do. Well, let's make sure we do it right. I'll show you that. So here we did our combat initiatives. And now initiative priority. Fighters, two-seaters, bombers, and then air skill, then performance rating. So that's how we do that. Player chooses order for friendly planes. If still tied, we roll a die to determine, see who goes first. Okay. All right. He's a 2, 0, 0. Oswald goes first. He's attacking Frank. Air-to-air gun attack. So again, we come to our table. We have air-to-air gun attack. They get initiative difference. So in this case, it's 1. So he's got forward guns. So he's going to get 2d6. For each attack die roll, 1d6 plus air skill, each roll equal to or greater than the fired unit. Okay. Natural ones are always a miss. And then we roll for the aircraft damage like we have been. Okay. Oswald's attacking Frank. His initiative is 1, so he gets 2d6, and he's a +2 to those 2d6. So we roll 2d6, a 5, and a 4. That's a 7, and a 6. He scores 4 hits. Okay. Look in here. 4 and 6. 2 hits, 2 hits. That's 4 hits. Now we roll to see what damage was caused. So this is 1d6 plus 3. It's everything. It's how many hits he has minus 1. So it's 3. So we roll plus 3. 3 plus 3 is a 6. That's 1 over, which means he shot him down. So Frank just got shot down by Oswald. All right. So Frank, now we have another table to look at. Come on. Right here. Friendly fighter. We roll a d6. We find out what happens. Luckily, we're on our side of the lines. That makes it a little better. Okay? So here we go. So we roll a d6, and it's a 4. And a 4 is aircraft glides up to 3 spaces, and then we go to a crash landing. So we roll a d3. It's a 6, so he gets 3 spaces that he's going to glide. 1, 2, 3. He can glide. And he's going to crash land. So we go to our crash land table. Again. And he's in friendly rear. He gets a +2 for his air skill and a -1 for his aircraft. No clouds and no woods. That's why we turned. So he gets +2, -1. So he gets a +1 on this die roll. We roll 9. Makes it a 10. He makes it back. He goes into the damage box. Frank's plane goes into the recovery. Damage. And we lose another mission point for that. Okay. Now it's my guys. August. He's attacking Leopold. He's a +1. So he gets 2d6. He has no gain on his air skill. So it's a straight up 2d6. And he rolls 3 and a 5. So he scores 1 hit. And we roll a d6. It's a straight up 4. So he hit him, but he didn't damage him. Oren is a +1. Same thing. Rolls 2d6. It's a 2 and a 4. He scores 1 hit, and he rolls a d6, and it's a 4, no damage. There's nobody else for them to fight, so they drop down. Their actions are over. Oops. Okay. Now we have to go into round 2. And I'm looking, there's another table I'm looking for that happens here. Because other fighters can show up here. We have to roll to see it. I'm looking for my table for that. Air to ground, aircraft damage, combat event check. Combat event, C10. Okay. Okay. Combat event check. We roll 2d6. They're in. We'll have a modifier. And there could be enemies show up. Or they might depart. Or they might stay around. Okay. So now we we check this. We're going to move back over. No, we're going to stay right there. All right. So we're not in the rear, and we're not over the airfield. So there's no modifier. So we just roll 2d6, and it's a 7. Any enemy aircraft remain for another combat round. So they're going for another round. So here we go. So we got to roll for initiative. All right. He gets a 5, 12. That's 14 for Oswald. That's a good roll for him. A 1, 7, 8 plus 1's a 9. A 3, 7's a 10. You know, my guys. A 6, 14. Thank goodness he matched him. I need another match here. I didn't get it. 2 and an 8's a 10. So he comes in here. Okay. Here we go. We have a chance here. See what happens. So Oswald's got the higher skill. He attacks first. 14 to 10. He's attacking August. That's a 4. So a difference of 4 is 3 dice. And he gets to add +2. He rolls 3d6. He gets 3, 1, 2 +2. So that's 5. That's a miss. And that's 4. So he gets 2 hits. So he rolls a d6 +1. A 5 plus 1's a 6. He damaged him. Daggone. I thought we was going to get out of that. Okay, he's damaged. Here comes Oren. 14 to 10. He's a 4. He gets 3d6, no modifier. Attacking Bruno. So here he comes. He's attacking. Or I break off and get out of here. That's my chance. And then he breaks off. And I think the smart thing to do is get out of this dogfight. He's going to break off. He's going to break off. They're coming down. They're coming down, and this dogfight is over. Done with this. I'm getting shot up. I'm getting tore up here. So that's the end of that. These guys go back to the deck. He's still didn't go. Okay. Okay. These guys come back up to the current flight box. They're going to try to get home. Okay. Go to turn 10. First thing I have to do is roll to see if the aircraft has any issues. Aircraft damage causes me any issues. So again, we roll. 3 to 6 is no effect. Here we go. It's a 1. So he has trouble. So we roll 2d6, and his skill is a 0. Yep. 2d6. It's 12. He gets to remain in the flight. Okay. So I got lucky. Thank goodness. I needed a break there. They move. No flak. We roll for an event. 6. No event. Okay. Turn 11. We have to roll for the damaged aircraft. Roll the d6. Stays in the flight. They move. Roll for an event. 11. We got us an event. This is in the friendly rear. We roll 2d6. It's an 11. Of course, enemy fighters. Roll 1d6 to determine the number. 3. So 3 enemy fighters have caught us again. Whew, they just won't leave me alone. Okay, now we do our sequence to find out what level. So we roll a d6, a 4, they're level 3. We go to the German aircraft, we need 3 d7s. We draw 3. We bring them back, we bring them down here. So we have Rolf, Leopold, and Heinrich. Okay. All right, we have to do a detection check. So we roll 2d6. He's a +1. Both of my fighters are zeros. So it's going to be -1 to this die roll. 5 makes it a 4. Enemy spots you and attacks if equal or greater force. +1 to their initiative in the first round. So here we go. 1d6. This is initiative 5, 13, +1 is 14. Next guy is a 6. Oh boy. 14, 15 makes him a 16. And the last one is a 5. Wow. 13, 1's a 14. They really got the initiative rules. Here we go. 5, 6 is an 11. And 2, 8 is 10. This is not looking very well. Oh man, this cannot get a break sometimes, but that's okay. Here we go. They're jumping us. I need to get out of here, but they're jumping us. All right. Combat round is 1. 16 to 11, he's a 5. That's 4d6, and he has +1. Here he goes. 4d6. 3, 2, 5, 2. That's 4. 3's a miss. 5's a 6. 2's a miss. So that's 1. That's 3 hits. So we roll 1d6 +2. Woo! A 1 and a 2 is a 3. He did not get me. So he didn't cause enough damage to get my guy. All right, first guys, we survived. 0 and a 0. So Rolf will attack. He's a 14, 11. He's a 3, so he gets 3d6. No modifier. 3d6. 4, 1, 5. It's 2 hits, so it's 1d6 +1. 1 is a 2. No damage. Man, this is be a miracle. Okay, Heinrich. Same thing. 3d6. No modifier. 6, 2, 6. Oh, brother. 4 hits. So it's +3. 1d6 +3. 2 + 3 is a 5. He matches it. He does not cause me any damage. And we are breaking off. We need out of here. Both of them. All right. We survived. Okay. I don't know how, but we survived. Turn. Turn. Woo! Hit the wrong button there. And return. Okay. My flight comes back up here. Current flight. Come on. Okay. Turn 12. Moving. Oh, before I move, I got to roll for my damaged airplane. A 2. Okay. Aircraft. Get back to my table here. Trouble check. So we roll 2d6. It's a 7. Aircraft glides 3 spaces away and then forces the landing. 1, 2, 3. He'll be open, but he can't make it to the airfield, so he has to crash land. Force landing in the friendly rear. His air skill is 0, so no modifier there. He's a -1. It's -1, 2d6. 9, so 2 plus. He goes into the recovery box. I lose another mission point, but he survives. And today, it's all about surviving. Now we move, we roll for an event, no event. Turn number 13. Now we move, roll for an event, no event. Turn 14. We move, roll for an event, no event. Turn 15. We move, we roll for an event, no event. Turn 16. We move and we're home. And before I was mistakenly rolling for an event, but once we, Don let me know once we get to home, we're safe. So we made it home. Okay. So, my goodness, what a mission. It was a lot of fun. we got to really experience lots of things with this mission. So the last thing we do is come back here. Oops. Now we come back and we're at the post mission. So we're going to determine how many MPs we have based on these things here. Okay. And we're going to do our campaign victory results based on how many MPs we were able to score. Okay. Okay, so I did not destroy any fighters. No fighters were destroyed, no two-seaters, no bombers. I get each ground target damaged or destroyed. So I destroyed him. So 3. Come on, 6. I think they're all the same. 9, 12. This one was damaged, so I flip it back over. It's worth 2. So that's 14. 14 minus 3 puts me at 11. Each friendly fighter, I didn't have any destroyed. They were damaged. Lose 2 plus, I lost 1 because they crashed on the way home. And he lose 1 only if pilot made it back. So, right, he only lost 1. So I earned 11 points. Okay, so now I have to make some decisions based on what I can do here. I can repair an aircraft, and as you can see in recovery, I have 3. He gets home. I have 3. If I spend all 3 of those, that uses 8. That'll take me down to 8. For 9 victory points, or MPs, I can get 3 victory points. It leaves me 2, and that means I can only repair 2 of these. But I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to buy 3 campaign victory points. Uses 9 up. It's use them or lose them on MPs. I'm going to spend my other 2 and repair 2 of my aircraft, which is going to be Frank and Francis. So they're back and ready to go for the next day. That concludes this mission and this first campaign, and I think it went much better than it did the first time. I think I got my rules correct this time, and I'm going to let Don know that I've posted this out here again and have him check. I'll go ahead and reset this now. Be ready for the next turn. And then we'll come back and do a second campaign mission and see how we start to stack up. One thing that I am doing is I'm tracking these things on my spreadsheet. So I actually had a total of 11 MPs. I ended up with 3 victory points. So I have 3 victory points so far after this trench strafing. Compared to when I played it wrong, I think it was 10 MPs, and I still ended up with 3 victory points. But I didn't have as many damaged fighters. So it actually worked out almost very close to the same. But at the end, though, I played the game the way it was supposed to be played, and I think we ended up with a much better result. So that concludes campaign mission 1 of a medium campaign with Aces of Valor. And hopefully you like what I'm doing. You'll subscribe to the channel. Hopefully you like this. You'll give me a thumbs up. I think it went well, and we'll get ready for mission number 2. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks.